Hey everybody, how's it going? It's the Otter Samurai here, back with another episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. Last episode was the day we prepared for the festival with Yuri, got all the stuff ready together, and Sayori came to see us, and she's like, "Aw, you're friends, but guess what? I'm still depressed. I love you." And the love was requited, and then we went to school to go to the festival. Sayori didn't show up. Monica tells us to go home. And then we go find her, and Sayori died. She got home. Now it makes me wonder why Monica said you left your friend hanging this morning. Did she know? Hi again, Yuki. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Oh yeah, and then the game glitched for some reason. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least keep my word. I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your... What was that? I saw her face do something weird. Thanks for keeping your promise, Yuki. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. What the shit? Oh, come on. Like you deserve any slack. What the hell was that, Natsuki? You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you had planned to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki certainly have a big mouth for some... Monica, please, what the hell? I can't read. Natsuki certainly has a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga selection to her room. Monica! Why did you block the thing? I was trying to read your words for you, Monica. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Mangaka! Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Yuki. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's 50 Shades of Grey, my favorite. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. I present to you The Cat in the Hat. And we could, discuss it, if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Everyone's settled in. I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't help but notice her tense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Fucking Monica! She never puts the stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You're in manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of like written on your face. You're like a JoJo weeb, aren't you? What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga anyway, amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. My OCD just really kicks in. I know that feeling. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. Probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you could do it through the glass on the door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Yuki. Consider. Don't judge a book. Wait, where's the... In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. Ah! I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Don't just stand there. Ooh. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Huh? Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. I'm sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I already finished the series? Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's about a bunch of different friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. Kinda outgrew these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not! Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that, I guess. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something with you with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Huh? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you, not rub it in? Jeez. Jeez. Yeah, jeez. Oh, sorry. Like I'd ever get my friends to read this. They just think it's manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up with them, being like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? It makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Huh? Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. But Dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. At least it's safe here in the clubroom. Except Monika's kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. Glance over her. Looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! Whoa! What the fuck? Okay, that is very scary. What the fuck is this? What the hell? Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Mm. Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give. She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Yuki. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. It's just a glitch in the Matrix. Don't mind it. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. It resets her programming. What? Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? Who should I show my poem to first? Told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. Probably not fair if I shared mine with her first. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, the things that you picked for Yuri, fuck them. Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind. I don't feel like giving in my opinion. Huh? And what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. Ugh. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was, like, really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem, make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. Hey, welcome to the show. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets caught in their throat. You're so... You don't understand anything, do you, baka? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she really liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. I think that's Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. Some people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of writing poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your messaging less valid. Yes, exactly! I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it all fall flat on purpose. I also bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Everyone's been depicted as 18 for the safety of the characters. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. More than enough time for her to finish reading.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking.
It's fine. Don't force yourself.
I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it.
Ah, so it's that bad.
No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry.
Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying?
Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering's completely gone. She sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. It's not just finding them, but building them. But getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I so hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I should be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. Tendrils on my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. Breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light fuckers. I fuck her back.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? No, I can read this chicken scratch. I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read. Usually people finish my poem 5 seconds.
Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Eh? That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all. Oh,
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Yuki.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you only did glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story, or paint a picture.
I hate this voice.
In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Guess I'll have to keep trying.
I'm counting on you.
Monika's the only one left. Hi, Yuki. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. Much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha 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 ha. Don't worry, Yuki. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. I like it, Yuki. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Ah ha 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 ha. Oh, jeez. No. Kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Oh, Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down, which is why I had to reboot her. like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know? Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frankly glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing trick on my ears? The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think? It's very free-form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Ha ha ha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Wink wink. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming out strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem, or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper, and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. And remember, save your game often. Whew. Guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. They were just being nice. There's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. Guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika's writing something in her notebook. My eyes laid on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
But I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Yuki did too.
Don't drag me into your fight.
So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Yuki liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
And strangles that bitch.
Oh. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... You just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Yuki appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Yuki started showing up.
Natsuki.
Gotta make sure I'm not being too loud for my roommate. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Wait, did the music just skip?
Taking out your own insecurities on others like that? You really act as...
What the fuck?
You really act as young as you look, Natsuki.
What the hell's going on? Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch?
Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend.
See? The thing that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know.
If you want to prove anything, stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. Think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Well, be careful, you might cut yourself on the edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you?
Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head?
Yeah, go on. But you can hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after that. Suddenly, Yuri turns toward me, as if she just noticed I was standing there.
Yuki. She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. Do you guys want to stop fighting and focus on that your life is turning into a fucked up TV screen? What? Wait, it doesn't matter who I pick. Wait, what the fuck is going... What the shit? Monica? Why are you staring at me? Girl, you being creepy. I don't like this. Okay, so something is still going on. Hey, Yuki. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Let me reset the programming here. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never had it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, looks like they're done.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Yuri's rocking back and forth in her chest with her palms on her forehead. Yuri?
I didn't mean it.
I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did.
Yuki, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today.
It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway. Hold on, what was that? Oh, Yuri, just go dot dot dot. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wanted to say something. She keeps glancing at Monica.
You could go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer.
I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done.
Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today.
Kinda sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri.
It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Yuki. It would just be embarrassing with you listening.
I guess I really don't have a choice, do I?
I'm sorry for causing trouble.
What the? Okay, I guess we're just going right into this. Charm. Fluffy. Giggle. Sweet. Doki Doki. Hair. Bubbles. Feather. Peace. Treasure. Kawaii. Play. Silly. Covet. Why did something cut out to the poem thing? Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. Gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me.
Welcome back, Yuki. Give me a moment while I adjust myself.
Hi, Yuri. Where's the rest of you? I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression off her head, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Oh, there you are. Yuri glances over his shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki's reading manga at a desk, and surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room.
About yesterday. I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well.
Yuri. I'm happy they were considering apologize. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we're just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it.
Yuki, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad there's such an understanding person. I'm really glad you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around it. Sorry, what am I saying right now?
Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her.
No, I haven't. She's not in my closet or anything.
Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
You have a bit of black space on your face. Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean anything I said. I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So...
Yuri, what the heck are you even talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you?
But...
I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear it, because I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that.
No, not at all. I don't hate you.
Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not! What took you so long anyway? I had to reprogram the game. Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano.
Piano? I wasn't aware you play music as well, Monika.
Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet.
Still? That must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed.
Aw, well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. I could play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Haha, that's... Monika looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Have you heard of the song Wonderwall? It's something akin to that. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Yuki. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. Not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, did I miss anything? Did I? I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything the three of us talked about. Besides, Ski had already run off into the closet.
Yuki, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today? I mean, in the club. With both our underwear off, if you want.
I suppose so. I don't think I could say no to you, after you gave me the book. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After I finished reading yesterday,
She's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there.
Okay. What's the story about anyway?
Well,
I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled A Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
basically it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. What's that smell? It's blood. But the facility gets even worse. They start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to their penises. Oh, wait, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean, not the penis torture. Not the cock and ball torture, that's for sure. Not the thing about the limbs.
It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came from nowhere.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Yuki?
No, it's not that. I've watched a Serbian film. I was a little grossed out, but I got desensitized. I mean, I could definitely enjoy this kind of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seemed to be completely different.
It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. That's on the... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly... I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Like, please stab me in the tits. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. Least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus, that scared me.
Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but...
What are you saying, glitchy girl? Let me just get the book. Quickly retrieve the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Why'd the music stop? Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Oh, right.
I opened the book and started the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just bathing in the feeling of your butt.
Wait, Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean,
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open.
I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds it to the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Huh?
To turn the page? Wash your hands, turn the page.
Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. The cow jumped over the moon. The dish ran away with the spoon. That whore! Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. I continue the first chapter in silence. Even the music's gone. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but where's the music? The main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not.
Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that.
That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her.
Something else?
Never mind. We didn't get that far. We didn't get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head.
Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little...
My breathing?
Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat.
I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water.
Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Yuki, did something happen just now? Huh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Ah, don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Huh? Should we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up, make a mental note where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. I only get 2 people to show? Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I'd be completely pissed. Well, I guess I want to try something else different this time. Fair enough. You're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was never taught to expect anything from anybody. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything, you stupid baka. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. Ah, yes. I understand. I see centimeters. Jesus. Okay. To three blub for security work. But you will think. Oh yeah, I'm not reading this. That's too long. As much as I want to commit to a bit, I'm not committing to that bit. Okay. Why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? I didn't ruin it. Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Aren't you listening to me? Yuri is a sick freak. Listen to me, the Minecraft weirdo. That should be obvious by now. But just play with me instead. Okay. You don't hate me, Yuki, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it. Please, just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. It's all I have. Play with me. Play with me. Oh, whoa, shit, Jesus. God, that was terrifying. What the fuck was that, though? Jesus Christ. Hang on. Sorry, being so sick with COVID sucks. It's like, everything is like, ugh. Hi again, Yuki. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yours. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Ah, I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job, Yuki. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. Really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Ah, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know what? Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean like that like it's a bad thing though. Sometimes I get the impression she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. Give me a sec, guys, again, sorry. Yeah, ugh, I hate having COVID. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up glitching and I have to fix it. She ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri!
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other.
Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late.
No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you all took all the time you needed.
Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now.
But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colors, they won't bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding. Hey, welcome to the show. Piercing, red, green, blue, endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating, with firms, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like play board on a turntable. Like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage. What the shit? Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. Like how I'm missing my vowels and everything. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never win, though. Who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Please help me. Okay. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Wait, who's asking for help? Who should I poem to next?
I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today.
Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath.
I like just holding it. It feels so pretty. Yeah, I mean, the poem turned out good. It's, well, there's some things you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by Yoru is a treasure. That came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything.
A rotating wheel. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 gears and a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time, a bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world, a kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks, a time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions, breathing gearbox, breathing bolt head, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel.
It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes, so I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though.
Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Okay, wait, why is everything a bloody screen? Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Wait, I thought your neck snapped. How are you still alive? Well... What the fuck? Ugh! Oh, what's that noise? It's so creepy. Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we could put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well.
Huh?
Whoa! I don't really do well last-minute preparations.
Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Yuki joined, and we've started with some club activities. But this isn't the time for us to This isn't the time for us to become complacent. Become complacent is such a, like, run-on word. We still only have 4 members, and the festival's our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? I need to control more people, because I am God, bitch. What? I mean, don't you think a literature club would be fun? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. The literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Yuki? Oh, come on! You can't take advantage of Yuki to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked about it until Yuki joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Yuki isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. He just reads manga. That's everyone. What about Sayori? Who's Sayori? Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monika's clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. She's gonna have to reprogram her. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Yuki want to get more members too. Right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monika wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue this situation... No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club is nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way I did? But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Yuki, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monika sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake?
Now you've done it, Natsuki.
What? Me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest?
It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. And Wordle. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that.
You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't even other places like that for me. And now Monika wants to take it away from me? Jeez, she's the fucking worst. She's not taking anything away. No, Yuki. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice until I decided to snap my neck. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now.
Natsuki.
Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom.
This is bad. I don't know what to do.
Well, do you have an opinion on the festival?
I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about this obnoxious brat?
What?
I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Whoa!
What the fuck?
I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective, make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Yuki? What do you want to get out of this club?
Yuri repeats the same question as Monika. I decided giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the Literature Club a special place.
I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change.
Are you okay there, Yuri? You seem to be bleeding out of your eye.
Too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, I see you. You're crying. You're crying blood.
Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you'd like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well.
Alright. Well, maybe we could all talk to Natsuki tomorrow.
Yuri nods.
Hey, Yuri.
Eh?
I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also, a wonderful friend.
Monica.
I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay?
Me too.
Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow.
Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Yuki?
Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm gonna chat a little bit with Yuki before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me, as president.
Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Monica waits as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew. Things have been hectic lately, haven't they? Yuki, I just want to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I'm more concerned with what's going on in the background, Monica. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that, as president. And I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird, because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, yes, it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. So that's why... Wait, not yet! No! Stop it! Don't you dare black out on me!
Yes!
Whoa! Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. What the... What the shit is going on? What the hell?
Hi, Yuki. Hi, Yuki.
Oh, let's see how how happy Yuri is in the next episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. Everybody, thank you so much for following along. If you missed any of the action, the episode will be my YouTube channel under the Order of Samurai. Hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next episode. See ya!